Man, this year's been a mess. Well, hopefully, let's see how next month suits out for me. Not any worse than anything else that's been going on at the moment. Okay, let's see what I have. Oh, okay, sure. All right. What? Well, that's just not good at all. Hope yours works out better. Hey Tarot fans, welcome to another edition of Blue Sicx Tarot. I'm your fantastic host Blue Sicx. Thank you very much for watching. Now, I'll now be doing a series of short videos doing readings for every zodiac sign. Because at the moment we've not had the best year, so I thought I'd do short readings to cover January. Just because got to start the year somehow, so I thought do this. Hope you'll all enjoy. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and also follow me in the social medias. And we are this close to hitting 500 subscribers, so if you feel the need, please do subscribe and leave a comment. We always try and like to read the comments. Now, with that out of the way, roll on the intro. Okay Cancer, this reading is for you. So let's see what January has in store. Okay. One. I always prefer to do this on camera. Well, relatively on camera. Okay, so at the beginning of January, we are starting off with the World, which is a really one of the few great ways to start a new month and year. So essentially, you're starting off the month looking at the idea of reflecting on what you've learnt in the past. So now you've you've made it to the end of 2020, and now what you're doing is taking what you've learnt and adding it as part of your arsenal and being able to progress further. So it's like, here is what I've learnt, what tools have I picked up along the way that I can actually now apply for this year. And it's basically just learning the lessons of the full year prior and adding that and just using what you've learnt and moving forward. So in the middle of the month we are looking at the King of Swords. So the middle of the month we are now looking at having to be a bit more decisive and clear cut in what you do and how it's done. Maybe having a bit more an idea of planning things out a bit more, considering sometimes planning is always a good thing, and maybe you're considering maybe looking ahead and trying to plan a few weeks or months ahead of time, considering things in your life might be settling a bit more and being able to actually start to be able to plan further. Now at the end of the month we are looking at the Two of Swords, and that is more, now traditionally it's about having a tough decision to make, doing an either or situation rather than having two options, one of them being more obvious than the other. It's literally more like a stalemate. Whilst this is a similar scenario where where instead of, once again, both scenarios being on equal footing, one is a strategy you've already used and has worked, but do you want to make it easier on yourself? Do you want to do the strategy again and hope for the same result, or do you want to make it a little different so you can make it a little, not harder for yourself, but a bit more challenging? Was the thing you did prior to was your last option too easy, and therefore it being too easy, the end result was a fluke, and you want to make it not as easy, just to guarantee that, just more just to warrant the fact that this thing wasn't a fluke, and you want to put a bit more work into it, so then when you do get your reward back and you do get your result, it feels a bit more earned. And the card, to summarise, we have Joy and Delight, which says open your heart to joy. So you might be being a bit too strict on yourself in the concept of trying to be a bit more, in the concept of the King of Swords, where you're trying to be a bit more direct, a bit more stern, but to do that you might be neglecting other more emotional support, where you're trying to be a bit more stern but at the same time not letting, just for lack of a better term, distractions. You're not necessarily allowing yourself to have a break from this focus, to just unwind, and you may run the risk of working too hard and not letting general joy and just the potential to unwind as an option. So that's the reading for you, Cancer, and I'll catch you on the flip side.